Results from the annual Pat's Pink Pumpkins fundraiser are in. Organizer Pat White says they raised about $3,000 this year. With a matching donation from Sebasticook Valley Federal Credit Union, that total doubles to about $6 grand. White says they've only had one other year when they raised as much. White and his longtime friend Joanne Brown launched the fundraiser 7 years ago in honor of her sister who died from breast cancer. White grows these special pink-hued pumpkins and they sell them on the final Saturday of September. All the money raised is donated to Eastern Maine Medical Center's Champion the Cure Challenge.